Hello guys, and welcome to my next Silverchair lesson. This is another one that's been requested for a while for some reason. This is Anna's song, Open Fire. I'm not exactly sure why everybody wants me to do this one, because there are plenty of tutorials up on YouTube already that I think are pretty good for this song. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to add, but I'll just burn through it like I normally do, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So I'm gonna try to do all the acoustic parts first, and then I'll show you the electric parts after that. So hopefully it won't be too confusing doing it that way, but it's easier to do it that way than to try to jump back and forth. So having said that, the song is in standard tuning, and let's get right into it with the first verse. So the first riff is basically going to be 3 chords played over. So the first one is going to be, you're going to go to the 6th fret, bar the 6th fret with your first finger, and then at the D and G strings you're going to go to the 8th fret. The next chord after that, you're going to drop that grip down to the 3rd fret. So bar the 3rd fret, 5th fret D and G strings, and sometimes you can throw in the 4th fret B string. It's one of those things, sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't, so make up your mind whether or not you want to use the 4th string, or the 4th fret, sorry. And then after that, you just drop down a string on most of them. So you're going to stay on the 3rd fret, but you're going to go to the 5th fret A and D strings. And you're not going to play the whole, I suppose you could, but basically you're going to play that and lift your 3rd and 4th fingers off the 5th fret, so like so. So let me try to play that sequence together slowly so you can get an idea of how it sounds together. So that's the riff that's going to be played on the acoustic throughout the verses. And yeah, fairly simple. So let's move on. Okay, so the chorus riff, there's basically a short riff at the end of the verse. Riff, I guess. It's just going to be 2 chords. So you'll go to the 1st fret, you're going to bar the 1st fret with your first finger, go to the 3rd fret on the D and G strings, and then transition from that to an F chord, which is going to be 1st fret bar, 3rd fret A and D strings, and 4th fret G string. So right before the chorus, it's just going to be those 2 chords played like this. And then the chorus itself will start with the E chord. Open E major, which is 2nd fret A string, 2nd fret D string, 1st fret 2nd fret A string, 2nd fret D string, 1st fret G string. So you're going to play that. Then you're going to play sort of a, it's like an A, but not really. Anyway, you're going to go from the E to this chord, which is 2nd fret low E string. You're going to mute the A string, and then 2nd fret D and G strings. And then you basically just lift your middle finger off the low E, and you'll play this A chord here. So altogether, the chorus riff should sound like this. in between that first chorus and the next verse, you basically just play the verse riff while the electric guitar does a little melody. So let's move on from there. Now when you play through the second verse, there's going to be a slight difference, and it's basically when the electric guitar comes in a bit heavier in the line "Sandpaper Tears." So it's basically just a stripped down version. So instead of going what you would usually do, you're going to go like this instead. So you're going to skip one chord basically. So you're going to go, and you're not going to play the full thing. You're just going to play 6 on the low E and A, and 8 on the D and G. And then the ending of the verse riff like you do the first time. So, and then it goes back into the regular version of the verse riff. Back into the chorus again. Now the second chorus is a bit different as well, and it's basically just going to be at the end of the chorus there's going to be a little bit extra. So you start the chorus the same way, so it's going to be a C add 9 to a G, which is going to be 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret D string, 3rd fret B and high E, and then drop your 1st and 2nd fingers down 1 string each. So 3rd fret low E, 2nd fret A, and the rest stays the same. So. Back into the chorus again. So all together. You get the idea. So after that there's going to be a bridge part, which I think is normally only played on electric, but we can do it here on acoustic just for the ease of it. It's going to be power chords on the A string, but there's only going to be a slight variation. So it's going to be 3rd fret A string, 5th fret D and G. Slide that up 2 frets to 7, 5, and 5, or sorry, 5, 7, and 7. And then slide that up 2 more frets to 7, 9, and 9. And the variation here is you're going to go from 7, 9, and 9 to 7, 8, and 9. So all together it should sound like this. And then you repeat that. You're going to go to 3rd fret low E and A, and 5th fret D and G, and then an F power chord, which is 1 on the low E and 3 on the A and D, and then to the E power chord, which is open low E and 2 and 2, but again you're going to variate it. So instead of just going, it's going to be open 2 and 2, and then open 1 and 2. So that part of the bridge will go. And then to end the bridge after that, you're going to go to 1st fret A string, 3rd fret D and G, and bar the 1st fret because you're going to be doing this. 1st fret low E, 3rd fret A and D, and 2nd fret G string for this. And then open low E, 2 on the A and D for this. So all together slowly, that part should sound like this. So everything sort of fades out after that while he sings, and then you'll be brought back into it with the C add 9 to the G again. And then for the outro, you basically just keep playing the chorus riff over and over. So on that A chord. So that's it for the acoustic parts, or basically the rhythm parts. You could play that on an electric if you really wanted to. So let's get into the actual electric parts. Alright, so for the electric, there's just kind of sparse parts here and there. The meat of the song is basically on the acoustic or the rhythm parts. The electric is just there for a bit of embellishment. So for the intro, it follows the same chords. You're just going to play them, so you're going to start at the 6th fret, just like the acoustic, only you're just going to play this. So that's 6, 8, 8, and 6, basically. Drop down to the 3rd fret, so 3, 5, 5, 5. Or sorry, 3, 5, 5, 6. You're going to add the 6th fret on your pinky finger on the B string. And then down to the 3, 5, 5, but bar the 3 and 5 on the A and D strings. So it should sound like this afterwards. So that was kind of rambling, but let me just play it all together slowly and you should hear it. So you just play, you know, something similar to that anyway, over the acoustic parts. And then he basically follows the vocal line, only you're going to add a bit of distortion. So the vocal line is going to be followed with octaves. So 1st and 3rd on the A and G strings, slide up to the 10th fret and 12th fret, and then to the 11th fret, back to the 10th, and then down to the 3rd, and then up to the 5th. So all together, the vocal line should sound like this. So really, other than those two little embellishments for the first little bit of the song anyway, you're pretty much going to follow the acoustic sound clean. So anything that I showed you on the acoustic, you could just play on the electric along with. So just the intro part and the vocal line are the only differences, really, up to this point. So yeah, basically the bridge will be played the same way that I showed you on acoustic, just with an electric and with distortion. So it should sound something like this. And then of course the clean part afterwards. But yeah, that's all there is to the acoustic parts for Anna Song. So really, that's it for the song, guys. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing with the two different parts. You should be able to fit them together fairly easily. Like I said, there's really not much to the electric parts, except for just following the acoustic for the most part. And the only differences are what I showed you. So yeah, that's Anna's Song, guys. Let me know what you think. Hopefully it helped you out. And thanks for watching as always. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.